Waking up at night to urinate isn't just about drinking too much water. The real reason is that, as we age, our bodies produce less of a hormone called vasopressin. This hormone helps us hold onto water during sleep. When it drops, the kidneys send more fluid to the bladder, even if we didn't drink much. Blood sugar also matters. If your sugar is high or unstable at night, your body tries to flush it out through urine. That means more trips to the bathroom. Inflammation can also irritate the bladder, making it more sensitive. And poor sleep itself can make you wake up easier to small urges that wouldn't bother you in deep sleep. So the issue isn't just water. It's how your body manages water, sugar, and rest. This is why a simple glass of water at night doesn't help, but a warm cup of broth might. Broth has minerals and amino acids that help you stay hydrated, sleep deeper, and calm your system. Let's talk about the first one I recommend most, chicken bone broth. And I'll share a real story of how it helped one of my patients sleep through the night, for the first time in years. The first broth I recommend is chicken bone broth. It's simple, comforting, and surprisingly powerful. When you simmer chicken bones for hours, ideally 12 to 24, you pull out important nutrients: collagen, gelatin, glycine, proline, magnesium, potassium, and more. These aren't just good for joints or skin, they directly support your bladder, kidneys, and nervous system. Glycine, for example, is an amino acid that calms the brain and helps improve sleep quality. A study from neuropsychopharmacology in 2007 showed that glycine can reduce core body temperature and promote deeper, more restful sleep. That alone can make you less likely to wake up in the night. Collagen and gelatin help strengthen the lining of your bladder and urinary tract. That's especially helpful if you've had irritation or inflammation over time. The broth also hydrates gently. Unlike plain water, it doesn't rush straight to the bladder. The minerals help your body absorb and hold on to water, so you stay hydrated without feeling the urgent need to go. Let me give you a real example. One of my patients, Ellen, was 76 years old. She used to wake up 3 to 4 times every night to go to the bathroom. She tried cutting water, taking supplements, even using melatonin. Nothing worked. Then I suggested something simple: 1 warm cup of homemade chicken bone broth an hour before bed. Within 10 days, she was waking only once per night. After 3 weeks, she slept through the night 2 days in a row. For her, it wasn't just the broth, it was the calm, the warmth, the ritual. So how do you make it? Take a few leftover chicken bones, ideally from organic or free-range chicken. Put them in a pot with filtered water and a splash of apple cider vinegar. Let it sit for 30 minutes, then simmer gently for 12 to 24 hours. Add in garlic, onion, herbs like thyme and parsley if you'd like. Once it's ready, strain the liquid and store it in the fridge or freezer. Heat 1 cup each evening. Sip slowly. Let it become part of your wind-down routine. No pressure. No pills, just warmth, nourishment, and rest. Next, we'll look at a lighter option, turkey bone broth, and why it may be better for people with sensitive digestion or higher blood pressure. The second broth I recommend is turkey bone broth. It's lighter than chicken, gentle on the stomach, and still packed with healing nutrients. Turkey bones are especially rich in potassium, a mineral that helps balance fluids inside the body. When potassium is low, your body tends to push water out too quickly, which can lead to more nighttime urination. But when potassium is balanced, your body holds on to water better without flooding your bladder. Turkey broth also contains glycine and collagen, just like chicken broth. These support sleep, repair tissues, and calm the nervous system. But because turkey is leaner, the broth tends to be milder and easier to digest, a great option if you're sensitive to rich foods. I had a patient named Harold, age 68. He had borderline diabetes and said he felt heavy and restless at night. He didn't like heavy meals before bed, and plain water made him get up to pee twice, sometimes 3 times a night. I suggested turkey broth. He started drinking 1 cup around 6:30 p.m., not too close to bedtime. He made it himself from leftover turkey bones and vegetables. After a week, he noticed his legs weren't swelling as much. After 2 weeks, he was only waking once a night. And after a month, sometimes not at all. The process is simple. After cooking or roasting turkey, save the bones. Put them in a pot with filtered water and a splash of vinegar. Let it sit for 30 minutes, then simmer slowly for 12 to 24 hours. Add vegetables like carrots, celery, onion, and a few herbs, bay leaf, thyme, or parsley. Once it's done, strain it and store it like you would chicken broth. Sip it warm in the evening, ideally 1 to 3 hours before bed. It helps hydrate, but more gently and over time. For people watching their salt, you can make it low sodium and still enjoy the benefits. For those managing blood sugar or inflammation, turkey broth is a calm, nourishing choice. Next, we'll look at a fully plant-based option, vegetable broth, and how it supports hydration, sleep, and blood sugar balance, naturally. If you prefer a plant-based option, or you simply want something lighter, vegetable broth is a gentle but powerful choice. It may not have collagen, but it's packed with minerals like potassium and magnesium, which help relax muscles, reduce cramping, and support smooth fluid balance. That's important when you're trying to prevent nighttime urgency. Vegetable broth also contains antioxidants and prebiotic fibers from ingredients like onions, garlic, and carrots. These help reduce inflammation, support gut health, and even slow down digestion, all of which can improve overnight blood sugar and sleep. A patient of mine, Clara, age 54, had been eating clean for years. No caffeine after noon, no snacks after dinner, but she still woke up at least twice every night. She didn't want animal products, so we started her on a simple evening routine. 1 warm cup of homemade veggie broth with garlic, spinach, celery, and a bit of seaweed. 2 weeks later, she was sleeping more deeply and only waking once. After a month, she reported her sleep felt quiet for the first time in years. Making vegetable broth is easy. Just simmer a mix of chopped carrots, celery, onions, spinach, and garlic in water for 1–2 hours. Add parsley, bay leaves, or thyme for flavor. You can include mushrooms or a small piece of seaweed for extra minerals. Once done, strain it and sip it warm in the evening, ideally 2 to 3 hours before bed. It's light, low in calories, and easy on the digestive system. Plus, it hydrates without overstimulating the bladder. Vegetable broth is a great option for those with high blood pressure, plant-based diets, or sensitive digestion. And when made at home, you control the salt, the quality, and the ingredients. Now that you've seen all 3 broth options, chicken, turkey, and vegetable, let's talk about how to build this into your nightly routine and why timing matters more than most people realize. Now that you've chosen the broth that fits your body best, let's talk about how and when to use it for the best results. The timing matters. Don't drink broth right before lying down. That's too late and might still send you to the bathroom. Instead, aim to sip your warm cup about 1 to 2 hours before bed. That gives your body enough time to absorb the fluid, use the minerals, and settle into calm without overloading your bladder. Here's what I tell my patients. If you eat dinner at 6:00 p.m., have your broth at 7:30. Stop all other liquids after that. Let the broth be your final, hydrating signal for the night. Pair it with a light, protein-rich snack if needed, like half a boiled egg, a spoonful of almond butter, or a few slices of avocado. This helps stabilize blood sugar through the night, which can reduce the urge to urinate. Next, slow down, don't chug the broth, sip it slowly. Let your nervous system feel the warmth. This alone helps signal your body it's time to rest. I also suggest making it a small ritual, light music, dim lighting, a few minutes of quiet. Because the truth is, broth doesn't just support your bladder, it supports your whole system. Hydration, sleep hormones, sugar control, kidney function, all of it is connected. If you stay consistent, even just 4 to 5 nights a week, you may begin to notice small shifts. Less urgency, fewer nighttime wake-ups, and maybe deeper, calmer rest. In the next section, I'll walk you through a few common questions and share some final thoughts to help you build this into your lifestyle gently and naturally. Many of my patients have questions when they start this broth routine. Let me answer a few of the most common ones. Can I drink broth every night? Yes, for most people, 1 small cup a night is safe and nourishing. Just watch the salt if you have high blood pressure, and make your own broth at home when possible. What if I don't eat meat? Vegetable broth works too. It doesn't have collagen, but it still supports your kidneys, blood sugar, and nervous system. You can also add seaweed or mushrooms for extra minerals. Can store-bought broth work? Only if it's low in sodium and doesn't have preservatives or flavor enhancers. But homemade is always better. It's cleaner, cheaper, and more effective. Should I stop drinking water at night? Don't dehydrate yourself, but do stop most fluids about 90 minutes before sleep. Let broth be your last gentle hydration. What if I still wake up at night? This is a journey. Broth helps with the root causes, not just the symptoms. Over time, with consistency, it may reduce wake-ups. But even if it doesn't completely stop them, your body will feel calmer, more nourished, and more rested. Remember, the goal isn't just fewer bathroom trips. It's better sleep, better energy, a calmer body. In the final section, I'll share the deeper lesson behind this practice, and why something as small as a warm cup of broth can lead to something much greater. Sometimes healing doesn't come in the form of a pill. Sometimes it comes in the form of warmth. A quiet kitchen, a cup in your hands, a moment of stillness before bed. In a world full of noise and pressure, broth is simple. And that's what makes it powerful. It doesn't force the body, it supports it. It doesn't promise instant results, it builds quiet strength one night at a time. I've seen this small habit change lives, less waking at night, better mornings, more peace, but more than that, it gives people something they didn't know they were missing. A rhythm, a ritual, a reminder you can care for yourself with kindness. So if you've been frustrated, tired, or quietly struggling, I want you to know this. You're not broken, you're not too old, you don't need to just live with it. You deserve rest, you deserve calm, and you deserve to feel good in your body again. Start with 1 cup, tonight, and let your body remember what it feels like to truly rest. If this video helped you feel seen, or gave you something gentle to try tonight, I invite you to stay with us. I share videos like this every week about healing with warmth, nutrition, and calm. Simple steps, real stories, science you can trust. If that sounds helpful, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Click the bell so you'll know when the next one arrives. And if you've already started your broth habit or you're thinking about it, leave a comment below. Tell me which one you'll try, chicken, turkey, or veggie. Your story might just help someone else find their way too. Until next time, take care of yourself gently, and may tonight bring you the deep rest you deserve.